What's up, good people? We're now Riley back in here with some more of this Black Media Mayhem. You already see what's going on. You already see the title and the thumbnail. Let's stop the music. Let's stop the music. We see what is happening here. Before I even dig into it, first I gotta say this. I gotta controversially say this. Shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Offset, ASAP Rocky, the men who just cheat and get the woman to just take them back. Shout out to those guys. They in a better situation. That's a better look nowadays. And even shout out to Michael Blackston, who, though he looks like the abominable bullfrog, his woman, his fiance, he actually said she get turned on by him being with other women. Shout out to Michael Blackston. They're going to sing Beauty and the Beast at that wedding, but shout out to Michael Blackston. Shout out to all those guys, because all the guys that try to do the right thing, try to be traditional, try to be Mr. Loverboy, they end up holding major L's. That's just what we've been seeing lately. It's just so many quotables from the article where it says things like, Michael matured a lot over the course of their relationship and was ready to commit for the long term. He let down his guard with her, opening up emotionally. He wanted a long-term relationship. He practically wanted something that was going to lead to a marriage. She didn't. That is what the story is essentially reporting. Meanwhile, Michael Blackston, the abominable bullfrog, is saying things like this.
My girl is like, Rada is a freak. Okay? She, the thing about it, early in the relationship, she enjoyed watching me sleep with women.
Oh, great.
She did. And in fact, when me and her having sex, you know what makes her come? When I tell her what I did with the last person.
They're still going to sing Beauty and the Beast at that wedding, but that man has the exact deal on the exact terms that he wants. But the men who try to do it the right way, the traditional way, they try to be good little boys and do it the way that society says that they're supposed to do it. We always find them in situations where they're married to the woman who's still twerking for the gram, publicly embarrassing them, saying they miss male attention, if not full blown sleeping with the pool boy or their son's friend or whatever. We know the story, and not to mention the chick that sat down on the couch and admitted that she's been faking it for 10 years in a marriage, and not to mention Dwayne Wade, which I just did content on that. It was like a year ago where he had to say, "Oh, I don't lead in my relationship." It's like you got to be weak and deal with nonsense, or you just got to go full gangster. It's just one or the other. That's the situation that it's looking like in a lot of these situations. Just using celebrities as a backdrop, we can extrapolate this to regular relationships. When you add up all the data, empirical or anecdotal, the empirical data that we unearthed a while ago, showing that only like 25% of Black women actually want to be married or in a long-term relationship, but close to 50% of Black men want to be married or in a long-term relationship. When you average all that data in, and then the anecdotal data of all the rejected marriage proposals that we see, the women rejecting decent-looking nuclear physicists, like when we average all that into the equation, we just have to tell the truth. And the women, they're going to continue to lie about it, but we're going to hold the line and tell the truth that in a lot of these cases, it's the women, not the men. The men are still being hopeless romantics. The men are still wanting relationships. The men are still wanting families, because a man typically can't have a family unless he's with the woman. The woman could be single free, do what you want to do. She can get pregnant and she got her family without a man, but a pseudo family, but a family. She don't need to be attached to the man in order to satisfy her biological needs of having a family. But a man, he does to some degree. There are ways to work around it, but for the most part, he needs to be attached to a woman in order to have a family if he wants a family. So the men are the ones who are pushing for families, pushing for long-term relationships, pushing for marriages. They've done an amazing judo by making everybody think that it's the other way around, that the men are just the dogs, but the men who are the dogs, the men who just do what they're going to do and don't care, those are the ones that get the most respect. Those that roll the red carpet out and drop the Coming to America rose petals at their feet and wear their heart and their emotions on their sleeves, those are the ones who end up looking stupid. It's just flat out. And we get called misogynist and chauvinist when we try to give men the game on this stuff. But we can see the reality. We can see the writing on the wall. We've been speaking to that reality. We've been calling it out from the start. So I don't want to hear no more of this.
There's not enough eligible black males who fit the needs of black women.
When the most eligible and available black man is practically down on one knee and the woman is like, I don't want to hear no more of that. When they go to those magazines like The Root and Cosmos and all those other places where they're asked those questions, well, why are so few black women married, or this or that? They ask all those questions. Why are so few black women unmarried and unpartnered and blah, 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 blah? They give all those reasons. They blame black men. They drag us through the mud. They say all this stuff. But no. The truth is they don't want to be married. They enjoy their freedom. We've been saying that for years. We've been calling it, and so many times we see it, and it's so much confirmation that the men in these online spaces who've created their own media, their own platforms, we've been coming out here telling y'all the truth, and then we see it example after example after example. And if it was just anecdotes, you could probably say that it's confirmation bias, but there's actual empirical data to support the anecdotes. So it's game over from that standpoint. Other than if a guy is being outright abusive, you can't knock a man for moving however he move in this current environment with this modern woman who's conducting herself the way that she's conducting herself. Lori Harvey used Michael B. Jordan for status and clout, got what she wanted, got what she needed, and then soon as he got serious, then she had to back off. She had to pull back. She recently just announced how she gained weight in the relationship and how she worked really hard to lose that weight, and she lost the weight back right before the summer, and now it's time to go be single and free. That's what's going on here. But that's all I got on this one. Another trip to this Black Media Mayhem. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Agree, disagree. Tell me where I got it wrong. Tell me where I got it right. And with that said, we are out of here.